Hello and welcome. This is a collaboration between Hellboy and Kranman Woodcrafting, which I'll put his link at the end of the video. Basically, we want to show you different ways of doing things. He does his by hand. I typically do things with the CNC because when I'm doing the CNC, having it do its own work, I can be doing something else. But he has the patience to do this by hand, even though I've sped it up here. Take his time. So I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see how things go. Signed by hand or signed by CNC. On his handmade sign, he decides to go ahead and put epoxy in each of the letters, after which he'll sand them down, and he can do different colors, and then, well, you'll see what happens after he puts the epoxy on, what it looks like. As I stated, you can do different colors, and this is where he's going to switch colors up because he wants to pop a couple other words so they pop out a little bit more on the sign, so he'll be doing that in red. We did lose some footage throughout this endeavor, but we want to give you as much as we can that we retained. So he's already sanded it down once, and now he's going to light up the sides with a little fire, give it a different textured look. And now he's going to put on the clear coat throughout the whole sign. Again, you want to watch out when you're doing this with all the bubbles you're making. Pour it approximately a nice thin layer, or thin stream if you will, about 18 inches to 2 feet above the item. That will knock a lot of the bubbles out, so you have less to do with your lighter or your torch. And that is his end result. And now we begin with the CNC. It has a 60-degree V-bit on it, and I chose a little bit different Old English type of font for the machine to cut. Now for this one, I actually used plywood, where he used regular wood. So you can see the plies on the side. I did the same stain as he did throughout the entire thing, and then I went over the sides too to make sure they were covered. And then I also did the back. I also placed 3 layers of clear coat on this, and I used actual paint, which is acrylic water-based paint. The reason I did that was because if I do get some of the paint on top of the clear coat where I don't want it, I simply wipe it away with a rag. And I continually do this, and I do the same ones that he did in black, and then I also did it in red. But again, this is just paint. The next thing to happen is the epoxy clear coat going on top, which I did lose the footage of, but you will see here in a second what it looks like with the clear coat epoxy on top of everything. So on the back I also placed just regular Scotch tape, and then I took a razor blade and cut it close to the wood all the way around. Then all you have to do literally is to peel the tape off. You might have 1 or 2 spots where you need to push a little bit harder, but in the end you won't have any drips on the back and you don't have to sand it. Now it's time for the rope. In this case I'm using 2P10, which is 2-part 10-second glue. If you have the activator too, in this case I didn't need to use the activator. The glue stuck to it really quick. I did use a couple pins in it just to be sure, But other than that, it came out great. I then tied knots in them, and on the knots I went ahead and added a little bit of 2p10 glue to it too, just to be sure that it would stay together. And you're going to see what both of them look like right now. But if you would, please click subscribe. You'll be automatically entered in our giveaways. And if you want to see the Kranman, you can see his link there on the bottom right. Thank you very much for watching.